special guest joining us right now. New York, I'm not going to say Knicks legend because this is more important than that. New York legends, as a lifelong New Yorker myself. Former New York Knick NBA point guard Stephon Marbury joins us here on the show. We'll talk about Camello, these great sunglasses, in a second. But Steph, thanks for joining me. Nick Costos here on the show. Grew up watching you. How's it going here on this Thursday morning?
Everything is well. I woke up, so I'm blessed and I'm alive, so I'm thankful. And the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals, so everything is pretty good right now.
Can you, I know that you're obviously very tight with the team, and so I'm on vacation a couple weeks ago, and I'm watching at the hotel bar the Knicks just beating the brakes off the Hawks in Game 6 when James Dolan is sitting next to you, whispering, "We're up by 50 effing points," which went viral. Do you have any insight? Is OG Anunoby going to be ready to go for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final? I feel like you know the answer to that question.
I think everybody's going to be ready. This is the Eastern Conference Finals, and anytime you get this opportunity, you do everything that you could possibly do to prepare yourself to get ready. I think OG's a stud, so in this essence, and him being able to have some rest throughout the last almost 2 weeks is going to be vital for us.
Would you like to break some news here? Will OG Anunoby play in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, whether it's on Sunday or a little start the week?
I'm not breaking any news because I'm not involved in the team as far as that decision making. But I can tell you that for me knowing OG Anunoby, as nowhere in this world, I wouldn't think that he wouldn't be on the court. I don't think it's that severe. I think they would have told us that. I received the information just like you. I don't pry into trying to know certain things, so I can be a fan and I can speak my mind about how I feel about what I see.
So I'd love for you to do that right now. And obviously, like, you played on the Knicks, you grew up a Knicks fan. I've been watching the Knicks since 1990 when I was 7 years old. And what I said, and I don't know if I think they'll go to the finals, right? Maybe they don't. And what I've said, Stephon, and I'm curious if you agree with this, I think this is the best Knicks team of my lifetime. Almost no matter what happens here in the Eastern Conference Final. Like, the ceiling that they've hit here, I don't know that I've ever seen this team play as well as they have over this stretch. Final couple games against Atlanta, sweeping the 76ers. Like, you played for them. Like, your opinion matters way more than mine in this regard. Do you agree with that, and why?
I agree. I think, when you look at this team, they're a well-balanced team. They play defense, which is the grit and grind of who we are as a New York Knicks. As you and I are Knicks fans, they play together as a team. We have a leader and a captain in Jalen Brunson, someone who understands and can accept. And I think, when you have a person who's in that frame of mind with the caliber players that he has, he's recognizing his opportunities and him being able to win a championship. Having Josh, having Bridges, those three guys on the court, that chemistry alone from them winning championships already prior in college, that is beyond. It's amazing because now you have three guys that are entrenched in idea about what it is that they want to do at the next level, and they're bringing other guys along, guys like Cat, OG, all of the guys that's coming off the bench. Deuce. Deuce has been super vital. Shamit. It's just great to see a bunch of guys who love playing with each other, no jealousy. They got their own tension and their own fighting as far as them, trying to be the best that they could possibly be, which is why we are as good as we are, because all of these guys are excelling. You look at OG, he's been the best player, on both ends of the court, not just offense, on both ends of the court. He's been our best player. There's nobody better and that has been playing, in the Eastern Conference. From what I've seen, I don't see anybody playing as well as OG. So just all of these things meshing together, and then from the top down, Mr. D, he's older, so he's got a different vision. He see it differently as far as what he wants, as far as the leadership is going. So all of the things is flowing in the right direction. The energy is right. The synergy is right as far as the fans. Everyone is in tuned and everyone.
So we lost Stephon's audio. We'll make sure that we get this straight here. Mike, just let me know when we have levels. I think maybe like if you got, as I know Stephon's doing this on his phone, if you got like a call or a text to Stephon, sometimes that like knocks the audio off. So we can figure this out. Just Mike, let me know when we have Stephon's audio back. Do you want to? So he's going to reset here, and we'll have him back in a second. And I thought that note that Stephon just gave us, as it concerns Mr. D, as he called him, the owner of the New York Knicks. And is Stephon back with us here? Stephon, can you hear me? Do we have you back on the air here? Okay, so we'll get this straight. Stephon's microphone is muted at the moment, so we'll see if we can get this straight. We'll talk about the sunglasses that he's promoting, Camello, in a moment. But what I find so interesting about this, and he's 100% right about this, and I can really speak to this as a lifelong Knicks fan and someone who's lived in New York for the vast, vast majority of my life. You know, the Knicks fans and sports fans nationwide and the media have largely been anti-James Dolan. And Knicks fans certainly have been anti-James Dolan. Now, Rangers fans, a little bit different, right? Because Dolan owns Madison Square Garden, so he owns the Knicks and the Rangers. So a while back, James Dolan just gave control of the Rangers to Glenn Sather, who was the coach of the Oilers when Gretzky and Messier were there, and kind of let Glenn Sather run the Rangers, right? So he's been a little more hands-off with the hockey team. Hands-on, obviously, with the basketball team in like a really negative way, I have felt like, for a really long time. And for whatever reason, however it's happened, it does seem like all of a sudden he's become a pretty good owner. And I kind of like felt like it happened overnight. Stephon is logged back in. Steph, do you have me here back on the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yep. So we have Stephon Marbury back. And I was just saying, Stephon, as a lifelong New Yorker and Knicks fan, what you said about James Dolan, Mr. D, as you called him, is so right. My opinion, you're not saying this, I'm saying it. I felt like he was a terrible owner, and I feel like a lot of Knicks fans would agree. I don't know what's happened, but now I feel like he's like a really good owner, and you said it, like maybe he's gotten a little older. What's been the biggest change from your vantage point in James Dolan from the way he used to operate to now?
We're winning.
Is that it?
Nah, I mean, he's Mr. D. He just see it differently. I mean,
How
he's
so, though?
he's been in the game for so long, and then now when you bring in, Leon Rose, and you bring in Wes, you bring in these two guys who I was critical of when Wes and these guys came, not knowing them from inside of the basketball world and being a real New Yorker and a real Knicks fan. We were very impulsive when we've been losing and we want something new, we want to win, and we want that now. So to their credit, they've taken this team and went past what people have thought with the guys that we have, whereas, they've shown their insight and their ability to judge talent and putting these guys together. And this group particularly is pretty amazing, especially with the coach that we have.
What has been the biggest difference, you think? The biggest difference Mike Brown has made as the coach of this team, Stephon, after Tom Thibodeau obviously had a lot of success but was fired after last season?
I mean, I think, he brings the offensive understanding of how to maximize each player's strength. I'm not saying Tibbs wasn't able to do that, but I think Tibbs is more of a defensive-minded coach. And I think, Jalen now, he's not holding the basketball for 16, 17 seconds, majority possessions. Now the ball is moving. As the ball moves and as Jalen gets everyone involved, his game just goes even higher. And Mike Brown is the credit to that. The offense that they have is free-flowing. I heard people critical, uneducated basketball people speaking and talking about, oh, they don't make any calls, they don't make any sets. See, when you're not a coach and you're an assistant coach on the court, but acting as a coach, like you make decisions in real time and you got to eat your words. So it's best to just be quiet when you're speaking about X's and O's and about what you think a coach should do, because Mike Brown is displaying that his system, it takes time to evolve and to grow, in which guys are understanding how to play freely on the court. And we're peaking at the right moment. And basketball, Eastern Conference Finals, getting ready to go in to the championship. That's when you want to be playing your best basketball. Not like Cleveland played like last year. I'm not saying that they just played really well last year and then they peaked and then they got to the playoffs and then they bombed. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at our team now, Mike Brown, he got us in an onward, upward motion. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, it has to be magnified and it has to be spoken about intensely so that more people can have a better understanding about what is actually happening on the basketball court. For our fans to have a better recollection of what's happening with our team. Because if you watch our team, you can see our growth and our development from the beginning of the year to the end. I watched our guys play from Abu Dhabi when they were in practice all the way up until now. So when I speak about the team, I speak about the team for real, not from reporters that are typing while the game is going on because they got to meet deadline. How can you didn't even see the game? How do you even know how guys play when you don't even watch the game? You watch highlights.
I'll say,
That's
and just
that's
to
the
your
truth, though.
to your point, and like I promise we will promote the sunglasses in fall. I promise. I like Cat saying before he said it a number of times during the season, right? I'm not sure what my role's supposed to be in this offense, and he said it right. And to your point, right? Because you said it takes time for them to really figure this out. It feels like that switch has been flipped.
But
Knicks
it's amazing though. You heard Kat say that he didn't know what he was being truthful and being honest.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the season, he figured it out. He became magic. You seen him throw the pass to the corner, he missed the shot. But he threw a point guard pass, and it's a hard pass to throw a pass across your body on point dime to somebody in a shooting pocket position. This is real basketball intellect. If a guy spins and jump in the air and he throws a ball and he's able to pinpoint, like literally, it got to be a dart going straight to his pocket so he can shoot. He was doing that, and he did that multiple times, and he's been doing it. So he's figured out, okay, in our offense, we run a zoom offense. Big guy controls the basketball. Wings go down, pin down. Guards can go pin down. It doesn't matter. Dribble handle, back doors. Once the ball gets moving, now you're getting the ball swinging from both sides of the court. He's recognized that I am the initiator. I'm the person that make this go. So now when you see guys that like Rudy, he got to come up on Wemby. Oh, that's a three. So the defensive strategy, it changes. It pulls Rudy Gobert out. Same thing Cat does. It pulls you out. You have to guard him. If you don't, he's going to shoot a logo shot. So what does that do to the offense? So you talk about value. Cat, we don't have him. We don't win no championship. I'm going to put it just like that.
Can I be serious with you for a second? I'm being serious right now. Why don't you do more media? Like, why are you not on TV? I'm like, what? Like, I'm not joking. I'm being serious right now. The way that you're breaking down the game here on the show, like, you should be on, and I'm not insinuating that, like, I don't even know if you've tried to be. You should be on one of these shows. Like, why are you not? Like, do you want to be? You'd be excellent.
If you know me, you know how I think and how I move. I like to have my own control. I like to have my own freedom.
Fair enough.
Be able to say what I want to say when I want to say it. I don't want a 7-second delay. I'm not going to curse and I'm not going to make anyone look stupid or bad, but I will make people think when I speak. So I prefer to be able to move into my own lane. And when I do Starberry TV, when I do my own platform, then I'll speak to syndicators. But until then, I'm just going to continue to speak to guys like you.
Fair enough. No, and I love it. Like, you're awesome at it. You're awesome at it.
Hey.
Who is, and like, I guess James Dolan can be the answer to the question. Who is the most fun former Knick to watch these playoff games with in person?
John Starks.
Why?
We share the same energy when we playing. We jump up at the same time.
Is anyone, so It's not that
I
any of
think,
them are
but
not
that's
fun.
it's just this. No, I'm just saying who I prefer. Everybody's feeling the same feeling. We
Yeah.
just express it and show it differently. That's it. And they know
Um,
I don't. I feel like that energy is that magnetic on an alumni row. I feel like that's so powerful. This is another thing where Mr. D is at. It's like mastermind. You can't get guys to fly to go to Indiana and do all of what they're doing. You can't get them to go fly even to LA. They're not gonna go do it.
and you
They
guys
don't
are at
want to
all
do
these
it.
games. And you guys are at all these
Want to
games. And
go?
it's awesome.
Yeah, you want to go. I mean, it's first of all, it's the Garden. Second
And,
of all, I
and,
mean,
and
for
Knicks
me,
fans love it. And Knicks fans like me
I
love
mean,
it
I
when
don't.
you guys are
I
there.
love it. I'm a Knicks fan. I love that all of the alumni go. I take myself outside of being one of the players because that's my team. That's my
I'm
team.
I'm not just saying this. I had a pair of Starburys back in the day. I had like
That's
no
what's
money, and here's like they like $15. I was like I had the all white pair.
They're coming back
Are-
out. They're coming back out.
Tell us about that.
I mean, I went to China when I left. I was going there to rebuild my brand because my brand, it pretty much just like it got decapitated after a period of time, and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do now? And I saw the effect that it was having on human beings, and I was like, this is beyond just basketball. It's beyond playing basketball because I was giving people an opportunity to have access, and when you never had this before, coming from the ghetto, coming from the hood, Coney Island, like we have, and then now you have access. It's like a portal. You open up into a portal. And then it was kind of like the portal closed. And I was like, the guy, like, oh, I'm going to go all the way 7,000 miles away to figure it out. And now here I am, 16 years later. So, it's great. I'm talking with Game 7, the brand that works inside of Madison Square Garden right now, selling product. Their product is dope. I'm really feeling a vibe. I love the Game 7 atmosphere of like thinking Game 7. You know what I'm saying? I never been in a Game 7 playing in the championship as a pro. I mean, some people look at it, it's like, wow, you've never been in. I was like, nah, not the NBA, but a little bit different. Another place where it's 400 million people that play basketball.
I just I remember like one of my buddies had a pair of remember Jay-Z sneakers, the S. Carters, like the all white pair, and I was like, well, I can't afford those at the time, and I love the Starburys. I'm really happy they're coming back. Can I ask you a question as a New Yorker?
Mm.
Someone who's like you've lived here, you've lived in other places also, but you lived in New York. I've been here basically my whole life. A lot of people say that New York City, the city, is not what it used to be. What do you think of the current? And this does not have to be a political thing, but what do you think of the current state of New York City? Just basketball aside, just the city itself.
I mean, I think it's in a shift in the next generation and the next wave. Those people that lived in New York for 50, 60 years, they're getting older and they're, as my mom passed on last year, June 11th, they're passing on as well. And that's just the cycle of life. And I think the cycle of life is happening as far as the way how people are living. So I think when you look at New York, if I see the vision of what is happening as far as no cars electric cars only, and seeing bikes being driven and Fifth Avenue, instead of it being Fifth Avenue, you just see greenery all the way down.
And by
people
greenery, you mean actual flowers, not marijuana, because you
Yes.
can't. Like, so you walk around, it's you
I'm
walk around,
talking
you
about,
get
you're
stoned
not gonna
just
stop
walking
that.
around Midtown Manhattan. I'm saying
You're
that,
not
not
gonna,
you.
you're not gonna stop that. But at the same time, when you have this new environment in which it's allowed by the government, then you see the next generation of kids thinking differently because they have they have access. Look, we had to go to encyclopedias and dictionaries. These kids just ask Siri.
Right.
And Siri just tell them everything. And it's no thought, it's just them like program opposed of like critical thinking, and which is super vital and super important.
Encyclopedia Britannica, Microsoft Encarta back in the day, it's just like trip down
Oh my
memory
God.
lane. You
Yeah.
have been exceptionally generous with your time. We will spend some time promoting Camello now for you. So this is Camello, and you are
Camello.
That's just
Say it like this. Hold on, do it with me. Ready? Camello, baby.
Camello, baby.
There you go, Camello, baby.
Would you believe me if I told you that before you logged on, I said it correctly like 5 times during the break?
Yo, and then let me tell you something. It's a conversation starter, and I told my team when all the the founders, I said to them, I said, look, this name is going to be it's going to be a conversation starter because people will always say Camello, Carmelo,
right?
So
I got
many
the Knicks thing in my head. You're right. That's kind of where it came from, like Camello, like Carmelo.
Literally, it's a conversation starter. It's Camello.
Camello.
Yeah, there you go.
So Camello, you are the chief brand officer and the co-founder here. You're wearing the sunglasses right now. Tell our audience about it and where they can find it and get the people excited.
So these are dragons right here. These right here, they go in and out. So you can change the tint. Ooh. Right? You see the tint changing? So basically, it changes tint in 0.1 seconds. It's the new state-of-the-art technology that came out, speed-wise, to be able to make the glasses do that at that speed. There are other products out there, but ours, because of speed, we're faster. So we have prismatic, where we have 4 different color styles, and just recently we launched with the NBA in partnership, and us doing, well, we can make all of the glasses for every team. Lakers, Boston, OKC, San Antonio, Knicks. These are the glasses that we will be dropping at the NBA store this Saturday at 4:00. I'll be there between 4 and 6, and we're going to take pictures, sign autographs for the kids, do all of that. I think they're going to have some tributes about when I used to play. Because a lot of kids, they never really see me play basketball before. They just hear me speak and talk. So when they hear me speak and talk, it sounds right. But then when their parents say, you need to watch him before you start making comments about saying if he can play or not.
I say we, I don't play, but I like the team. Are we going to win the title?
I believe so.
Oh my God. Please.
I believe so.
Hey man. Yeah, you're awesome, first of all. Very generous with your time. A sincere congratulations on these entrepreneurial ventures, whether it's Marbury coming back, Camello, the sunglasses. Our show chat, by the way, when you did the thing with the tint, everyone was like, OMG. That's really sick. Hey, and condolences on what you said about the loss of your mom. I just wanted to tell you that as well. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate the time on the show. Hopefully we get the chance to do this again.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You're great as well, my brother.
New York Knicks, New York legend Stephon Marbury here on the show with Nick Costos here on You Better You Bet. Yeah, we'll hopefully get the chance to do this again. I really enjoyed that. What a good dude. First off, that's the most important thing.